Stacy. Welcome back to my channel. I want to do something a little bit different today. I know you know me for sewing, but I'm a DIY girl at heart. So I had some remodeling that needed to be done in the house. I wasn't gonna pay anybody. I knew I could do it myself. I never painted before, but I knew I could do it myself. You know, I've done like smaller scale painting, but nothing like painting a wall. So not gonna hold you with this super long intro. Just want you to sit back, relax, give me some feedback. Let me know how you feel about this 15-minute video. And if you like it, love it, and you've looked at my other videos as well, please like, subscribe, share my page. I love teaching. Used to be a teacher, but I love teaching people how to do things. And if you like it, you love it, we can keep this channel going and make it great. Hope you enjoy.
So here's a before picture of the hallway. We moved into this home when I was going to the 12th grade. Years later, it has become my home. And I would walk down this hallway and just kind of have this vision of having a gallery wall of some sort. So we're going to show how we went from this hallway to this hallway. And I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. Before doing anything, you've got to have a game plan. And so the first thing I did, like I do with everything, I go to Pinterest. I had in my mind, I wanted white walls with some black trim. These two pictures, I couldn't shake. They were so gorgeous. The outline of the door frames, I mean, I had to have it. So I had to go ahead and start making a list. So in my mind, I knew that I did not want to get on the ladder. I thought that the scaffold would make me happy, but after I bought it and got to thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, girl, you don't need that scaffold. Why? Because they have so many painting tools that no longer require you to get on a ladder. I repeat, you do not have to get on a ladder, on a scaffold. I put that thing in my car and took it right back to the store. I took a few minutes, made a list of some must-have items that I just couldn't believe were available, and I will talk about how to use each one as I get to that step in this video. But let's pump the brakes and go ahead and talk about paint, because painting is why we're here. So I wanted a matte, meaning no shine paint. I did not know where to begin. Like I said, this is all a learning experience, which is why I made this video for you all. Went in Lowe's, started looking on the shelves, found this great $29 paint from Sherwin Williams, the Ovation Plus. It already has a primer mixed in, so that was no hassle, and it gave a matte, flat appearance, which is exactly what I wanted, and it comes in white, so there was no need to mix a color with it. It's good stuff, y'all. Trust me. I got 2 cans, just to be on the safe side, of the Ovation Plus. Technically, you could use about 1 can per room. I was only using my hallway, but my hallway is a little bit lengthy and it wraps like into an L shape. So I just wanted to be on the safe side. I took another paint can and found this beautiful black color that I wanted to be mixed into that particular paint can such that we could do the door frames. I got that, got it mixed. If you don't immediately use your cans of paint, you will need to use one of the wood sticks to stir your paint right when you're ready to start painting, because the color will separate. For instance, my black, once I finally got to the point that I was ready to use it, the colors had started to separate, and when I opened the can, it looked like a black cherry. Had like a really strong dark red appearance to it. Mixed it up, no problems. I was ready to go. FYI, if you are buying paint, the Lowe's brand mixing sticks are free. If you're someone like me who likes to start a project and go ahead and knock it out completely, get yourself a paint can lid, which is just a little rubber covering that you put over the top of the opening of the paint can. If not, you will have to each time put the metal lid back on, hammer it down with like a rubber mallet, and then when you're ready to open it up and get more paint, go back with a butter knife or whatever gadget you decide to use to open that can up. It's just so much easier to just pop the top of that little spout, and I mean, it's just rubber. Open, pour into whatever it is that you're using, and go from there. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. I highly recommend. So there is no hardcore rule of the right way to begin painting, but from what I've seen, read, talked to other people, you kind of always want to start out doing your cutting. To cut, when we're talking about painting, means to paint around your ceiling as well as above your baseboards before filling in the main part of the wall. It gives such a smooth, clean appearance. I love it. And trust me, I get it. If you want to paint, you want to take that roller and hit the middle of that wall and go to work. But trust me, take a minute, go around all of your edges, above your baseboards, around your door frames, and then after that, go ahead and start painting your walls. You'll be so happy with the outcome of your paint job. In order for me to get what I was going for and not having to get on a ladder, I found this paint edger, paint trimmer by the company known as Wiz. Of course, I found this at Lowe's. Most of everything that I bought came from Lowe's, and I had no complaints. I will say this was the point when I decided I wanted to make a video. So it may look a little shaky when I'm painting around the borders. However, this is because instead of me getting my tripod, I used one hand for my iPhone when I should have just went ahead and mounted it to the tripod. At any rate, I thought this was worth seeing and sharing with you all. And normally I would use my professional camera, but I was just kind of in the moment. Hey, let's get this going. And that's why it may seem a little shaky. So I slowed down this video just so you could kind of get the effect of how good this edge trimmer is. You can get on a ladder, scaffold, or whatever your choice is, and do this by hand as opposed to using a small paintbrush. However, I chose this method, and I bought a red extension pole. It's in the painting section. You screw it into the base of the edge trimmer, and while standing on the floor, reach up, just like an extension pole when you're using a roller. And that's it. I love it. Hey, it's my recommendation if you don't want to get up on a ladder. This is the edger painter that I told you that I use, and it's by Wiz. And right here, you can see where you would insert the pole. You have the pads that are removable so you can clean them. And they sell replacement pads in the store as well. And it was only about $5. Something else that's worth mentioning to you all, because you will have to clean up regardless of what type of tools you use. Most of this paint can be cleaned with simple cold water and Dawn. Of course, you want to do that before the paint starts to dry on your tools. So whether you're using the edge painter, whether you're using a roller, a paintbrush, when you're done, go ahead, start cleaning. My tip to you, if nothing else, do not start painting on a day when you are exhausted, because you may get through the paint process kind of fast, but when it's time to clean up, it is time to clean up, and that will wear you completely out. Okay, but now let's keep going with the tutorial, because we've done all of your edges, and now it's time to paint the walls. This roller is amazing though. I found it in Lowe's. So basically, this gray stick, should go inside. You pull it back. There's a little, see the little black thing? You stick that on this hole right here, on this hole, and you basically pull the stick back, and it draws the paint into the tube. And as I push it up, it comes through the pores of the roller, so it keeps me from having to use a paint pan. So yeah, that's it. I'm tired. So here's a picture of this paint stick by the brand Wagner that I pulled from Lowe's website. Basically, you see the bottom of the stick is all the way inserted because there is no paint. Once you put the black suction piece on the nozzle at the top, you stick it down in the can, and it just works like a straw method. You just pull back on the pole, and it's gonna suck the paint in. You do not have to use a paint pan. I think that's so cool. However, nothing is foolproof, and I politely kicked the can over by accident. I didn't lose a whole lot of paint, but it was enough to make a stink. And this is one of the reasons that I say, hey, when you're tired, put it down. Don't even start. So at this point, Okay, we finally filled the tube and we are rolling some walls. We are getting this paint on this wall. I was about to sing the praises of this paint, but of course you'll see it at the end of the video. Instead, I'm going to give you my real-time overview of how to use this fillable paint roller.
Right. To feed more paint into your roller, you just literally grab the bottom, twist up. As you twist up, it's gonna shoot paint up through here. It's gonna come out on your roller. And you wanna make sure you have on safety glasses because you get a little bit of splatter from the paint sometimes. Happy painting.
For those hard to reach places, pick up a handy paint can with removable plastic liners, and guess what? They have a magnetic brush holder. Winning! Seriously, brushes should never be left submerged in paint. At this point, the hallway has received one full coat of white paint. If you look up above that door frame, you can tell that another coat needs to be applied because you can see the difference between the cut and the actual painting inside the wall. So I waited a few hours, went back and did another coat. But at this point I was fried. I was pretty tired. So I took a minute, put on some clothes, made a Lowe's run, made a Starbucks run. I came back, I was refreshed. It was time to paint the door frames. Began painting the door frame just as we did the walls, come around the outer frame. But I wanted to mirror the picture that I saw on Pinterest. I wanted the outside tip of the frame to be white. I wanted the inside to be black, the middle to be black, and then the inside frame of the actual door to remain white to make it pop. I opted not to use tape around the door frame. I opted to just freehand do the black. I used tape around the baseboards, however, because I knew with the door it would just take so much more time because it's not a smooth surface. Came back, cleaned it up with some white paint, and this is the outcome. I loved it. Oh my goodness. For the first time ever painting, I was so pleased with the outcome. However, I still wanted a little razzle dazzle. So in my den, just the room that's open right there, I had a lot of paintings that I've been collecting. I pulled those out and I decided to add to this tutorial by showing you all how to properly anchor pictures on the wall. I do not like the hooks. I love wall anchors and screws because nothing is falling from a wall anchor and a screw. I am a huge fan of the Lone Fox on YouTube. Absolutely love Drew. He had this tutorial and he was showing easy ways to hang pictures. So get you some painter's tape and lay it from one hook on the back of your picture to the other side and make a mark on each side where the hooks would be. Take that tape, transfer it to the wall, and for all the other pictures that you may want to hang, repeat the same way, but put that tape strategically where you would want that picture to be hung. In doing so, you get a perfect image of how that's going to look. You can pick that tape up, take it off, put it somewhere else. It's not going to pull your paint off the wall. I did that, and from there I pulled out my drill bits. I picked the proper size. I drilled a hole in the wall. I put the plastic anchors inside the wall. From there, put the screw inside the anchor, drill them in just to have enough hanging out for the hook to hang over. And that's it. So simple. And here's the final result.
Black lady. Got another one popping with the gold. This one, I actually got this from Ross for $5, like 4th of July one year. And I don't think you can appreciate like the 3D aspect of it, like the way that they made the accents with the paint. I was kind of standing out. And we got this black lady with the gold.
And this one will, I have not had the time, but she's gonna be back As promised, here's the price list of all the money that I spent. Not too shabby, huh?
So we made it to the end. I hope you all loved it as much as I do. I want to point out a few things. Number one, I gave you the price list mainly because I watched videos from Nicole Foster, DIY by Nicole Foster, Nikki Foster, NIKY Foster. Had to give credit to her because she's so amazing, and her videos were definitely the ones that I watched to let me know that this could be done. And she always gives a price list at the end of her videos. And on that price list, you get to see how much money you're saving by just doing it yourself. Everything that I listed actually can be used again. I still have paint left over. White paint, black paint. And I think the only thing I didn't put on there, I don't know if you noticed them, but my light fixtures, the gold metallic ones, they're like $2 a pack at Lowe's. And I also did not put the drop cloths that I put on the floor. Honestly, one of my dear friends allowed me to borrow her drop cloths because we knew that this was something I was trying and I just didn't know what to expect. So I did not list those, but there are plastic drop cloths that come in like 4 and 6 in a pack. You get them Lowe's, Amazon, Home Depot. Get those. You can drape those over your furniture if needed. I didn't buy them for the hallway because I felt I was gonna slip and fall. At any rate, I used the cloth drop cloths for the floor, and if I had to do it again, I would honestly get the brown paper that I see people using and tape that to the floor, because although I was able to clean my floor after the big spill that I had, it kind of got tangled up in the drop cloth that was on the floor. Even though I was able to clean it, there's still some specks here and there that I was not able to get up as much as I would like. So I'm gonna eventually strip the floor a little and restain them, gloss them up a little. But my main reason for bringing that up is you can do whatever you want. You can use cloth, drop cloth, you can use plastic drop cloth, you can use the brown paper, whatever it takes to protect your floors. That was just something to give you a ballpark so that you would, like I said, see how cost effective it is to do it yourself, and to give you the oomph, to take your room from F to A. So that's that. 2 other people that I would like to mention who inspire me daily. I'm always watching for their home improvement projects, their remodeling. Rashida Banks. I started following Rashida for hair tips. My hair was short, had the blunt tips. My hair was very similar to hers at the time. And to see her switch over into DIY projects, it's just so warming to me, because I just love to see people evolve. And like I said, DIY overall is my first love, but I've never had a home. Lived in apartments forever, but an actual house where I could just kind of do what I wanted. I wanted to do some things, but I wanted to do it on my own. So Rashida's page, awesome. Just absolutely love her Instagram page, and she's just Rashida Banks there. I think it's Rashida.Banks. As well as the Lone Fox, Drew. I am always watching Drew's videos. His style is so much like mine. Why would I not watch his videos? And he always has the best tips. So that's that. My 3 people that I would recommend, that you follow, because these are the 3 for me: DIY by Nikki Foster, Rashida Banks, and the Lone Fox. That's all I have. Of course, I have more projects coming up. You'll see them shortly. And if you have not checked out my other videos, please do so. I sew. That's my thing. But I had to put my sewing to the side because I had some things going on at home that needed to be handled. And that's pretty much what I've been doing. So stick with me. Subscribe to my channel. Like, share, tell other people by mouth. whatever it takes. I love doing this. I used to be a teacher, and I love telling people how to do things that will make life better for them. So that's all I have. Have a great day.